Welcome to the Dopamine Fix gaming channel. And no sooner did I release a video for Hunt Showdown does Crytek turn around with a massive 2-hour stream detailing where the event Road to Hell leads to next. And well, y'all, on July 2nd, Chapter 2 of Road to Hell will release and features an addition to the fort in the form of an air balloon that hunters will use to airlift cargo crates. Yes, those cargo crates out of the match for you. In addition to this news content, I'll have some gameplay footage showcasing my news segment I'm testing out called Alright y'all, I just gotta say, Crytek puts in a tremendous amount of work on this event. I mean, truly, it really seems incredible. Kudos. Now before we get into the details, Crytek, I know you said the content won't stay at the end of the Road to Hell event, but please, don't just let this content disappear after the event ends. That would be a waste of money, time, and development resources. A lot of the Road to Hell deformations, the trenches, the smaller outposts, the bridge changes, let these accoutrements leave their lasting mark on the environment. When hunters come across new players, we can wax poetic on a time when our maps used to look different and how amazing of a moment in time this was when these towns became a permanent battlefield thanks to the 26th Regiment. Crytek talked at length about balancing changes, nerfs, and buffs. Nothing too major or game-changing compared to what's already occurred. Now, I'm not a fan of tinkering with the numbers on weapons. It comes off as a change for the sake of change, opposed to fixing an actual problem. It feels like, barring bugs or some dramatic problem that requires immediate addressing, in my opinion, Crytek should just avoid constantly tinkering with the weapons and the numbers. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Now, I can understand the Nitro and the Shadow Leap trait though, as the interaction time on Shadow Leap did make it useless. And I don't think hardly anyone knew about this random deviation business with the Nitro, but I'm going to touch on the physics-based ballistics that should be implemented in this game. So, cargo balloons are being brought into Hunt Showdown. There will be one at the fort that any team can come and use, and toward the end of the stream, Crytek does confirm that a second balloon would not appear at the fort after the first launches. So it's a one and done deal. And the idea is to grab the cargo crates that we've been extracting with, and instead of waiting until the end of the match to extract with them, you can just load these cargo crates onto this balloon, and even a bounty token onto the balloon, and then it will extract for you on its own. Even if you die, you still get the rewards. Now, your team also has to inflate the balloon, which there will be 3 valves with pipes leading from the balloon to them, with one valve being inside the fort and the other 2 in the outside areas. The time it takes for the balloon to inflate varies depending on the amount of valves that remain open. So with all 3 open valves, it'll take about 4 minutes, and then it'll be longer varying on how many other valves are kept open. Now, Crytek give you showed a really cool fill indicator at the balloon so that you can see the progress you are making. And it should be noted that the actual launch interaction takes about 8 seconds. So make sure that you are protected during this because things can still go awry. And this will really serve as yet another reason to push the stronghold and really battle it out, opposed to just sitting and waiting for the team to come out of the compound. The balloon will be able to hold up to 4 cargo crates, and there is a dedicated slot for a single bounty token. Speaking of cargo crates, there will now be weapon cargo crates in addition to the scarce ammo and the $100 crates. They also explain the difference we're seeing in the standard scarce ammo crates and the worn ammo crates, in that the worn will only give 1 instance of ammo and the standard gives 2. Likewise with the $100, worn variants give $100 Hunt dollars versus the $250 of the standard. The worn weapon crates will give a pistol, shotgun, and rifle, while the standard gives a scarce weapon like the shredder or the flamethrower rifle. All instances of these types of crates rewards are not contraband, so you can sell them when you're back at the lobby. Now, instead of the 3 crates that we currently find at the fort, Crytek is reporting that there will be up to 12 crates Though the developer didn't sound certain on this number, so either they may change that or there may be some RNGs involved with it. Now, I imagine a scenario as the competing teams arrive to the fort. There will be ways to steal the launch for yourself as ownership of the crate loot goes to whichever team successfully launches the balloon. So the goal will be to distract the balloon team. I'm imagining the beetles coming into effect with a dedicated hunter safely tucked away, sending out beetles to slow down the progress of the fort team. Next, the other two hunters lay down mid to close range fire and explosions to try to take the objective once the beetle flyer gives the all clear that the crates have been loaded up or that the balloon is near inflated. Crytek did clarify that the poltergeist and serpent traits do not work with the balloon launching equipment. Overall, this is really impressive and will provide even more reason for teams to focus in on this location, driving what should be intense battles, as this gives us a reason to push in closer and for the stronghold team to come outside of the stronghold. The past couple days, stronghold teams that choose to just sit inside, hiding and never peeking or interacting with the outside teams end up being boring compared to the teams that actively fight to maintain their dominance. So this is more than a welcome change. Again, Crytek, you're putting so much effort into all of this. Please just make this a permanent feature. You know, I just gotta say, I think it would be wiser over the long term to do seasons instead of events. Give us one spring season, one fall season, and have updates throughout the seasons instead of this 3-month event cycle. You can still release gameplay updates on your 3-month cadence, but keep the overall theme the same during the season. Also, we hunters are still waiting on a snowstorm-centered time of day for DeSalle and Mammon's Gulch. Y'all like this video if you are like me and was really hoping to see a Sparks Aperture variant and the big game hunter skin we've been clamoring for. Please do work on getting those for us diehard Hunt Showdown fans, Crytek. In other news, Crytek also announced that there will be 2 new story challenges, one of which will be free and the paid will include a weapon animation. The free Regiment's Last Stand story should allow us to have the old recruit skins of Ambrose Hazen and Otis Blackwood again, which were always fan favorites. The free story also includes a weapon skin for the Uppercut Precision. Speaking of fan favorites, Crytek is also working on giving us free profile avatars for every DLC hunter. So if you have purchased a DLC already, they are making an effort to give us these profiles to go along with them. But they did mention that they'll be released in batches over each update, so we're not getting them all at once. Now, the premium paid story challenges have never been a thing I was a fan of, especially with the stories giving recolors of content we already have. That just feels really wrong. Well, this is another premium story challenge, Let Us Pray, that does feature a unique hunter skin, though this Marrowhawk hunter is basically still looks like a recolored and ginger swapped Skull Taker. Regardless, I might give this one a try, not for the skin as I don't like hunters that wear impractical masks, but because I want the weapon animation. There's supposed to be a unique animation and I want it, and I just happen to have an epic amount of blood bonds sitting on the side at the moment, so there you go. In addition to all the new content releasing on the July 2nd, there will also be new DLC called Twice a Renegade. This is now the second DLC to release with the Road to Hell event after the Ned Kelly DLC, which is pretty neat. Now I know she has a mask on, but Crytek says she's supposed to be one of the Dutch soldiers, which were known to wear this type of mask. And if you played Rainbow Six Siege, you might remember a similar looking character named Nox. So that's the design theme I think Crytek was going for here. There will also be a really cool looking Labelle marksman skin and Sparks pistol skin, and then even this knuckle knife as well. Alright, so that about wraps up the news about this upcoming chapter 2 of the Road to Hell event. It's all really looking exciting to be playing one of the best extraction shooters. Now, I did forget to mention that there will be a Twitch drop campaign as well at some point during Chapter 2, although they didn't give us an exact date yet. I do want to end with my thoughts on how Crytek can improve Hunt Showdown for the long term. So y'all let me know in the comments what you think of my ideas. So, part take. I've been wondering about one specific type of grunt that runs around this event with a knapsack on his back. The knapsack should drop to the ground, and provided it's not burned or exploded, it should be lootable for the consumable items. Anyways, y'all know that a lot of us came to Hunt Showdown for the realistic gunplay. The experience of hunting down a target and then extracting after wiping the lobby. Crytek eventually had a wonderful decision to bring in a little more realism and gave us the ballistics of bullet drop that instantly made the gameplay superior. The thrill of getting that headshot from over 100 meters so much juicier. So, I would like to request that Crytek again look to real-world ballistics and give us weapon ammo performance as they actually existed. Instead of small ammo, give us the 32 Smith & Wesson caliber and 22 and 22 long rifle caliber. And how about some 32-20 Winchester ammo? Instead of the medium, give us the 38 long coat and 44-40 Winchester. And instead of long ammo, give us a 45 long coat and the 7.62 calibers and their actual real-world ballistics. Then give us the ballistics of the weapons as well. Give us a handling. Let us have that experience, especially with shotguns, because buckshot is very effective up to 40 meters easy, and slugs are more than incredibly lethal up to 80 meters. Now, obviously, that means slugs need to be made into scarce ammo, most likely, and introduce birdshot as a default shotgun ammo instead of buckshot. That way, buckshot ends up being an upgrade to the standard of birdshot. Now, I think it would be very cool that instead of getting a general hit marker when firing a shotgun at a target, the individual pellets could be represented on screen so hunters know how much of the target they're actually hitting. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this and more, and tune in for more Dopamine Fix.
One's over here.
They're on the wall or inside?
By the railroad station. He's got a bow in there, but careful.
Wait, right. Inside the compound? Inside the lair?
Yeah, inside it's pushed into here.
I mean,
yeah, bow's holding angle over here. What? Cover that door, please. Come on. Oh, so good. 144 in the arm. It's ridiculous.
hit one. They're both over there.
We've done studies, you know.
One left.
60% of the time, it
I'm
works.
bleeding.
Every time.
It's coming around to you. There's a team behind us too. Oh. God damn it. Should have reloaded my shotgun.
There's two there.